Dear girls, greetings of the day. Today we shall see about the different types of molecular energies. Right. Already we have seen about electromagnetic radiation. Right. In our spectroscopy, we have already seen about what is electromagnetic radiation, what are the characteristics of electromagnetic radiation, and also even we have seen the definitions for wavelength, wave number, frequency, velocity, and energy, and also what are the relation prevailing between these parameters. And also we have seen what is electromagnetic spectrum and what are the regions of electromagnetic spectrum. Right, now let us keep this electromagnetic radiation aside for some times and go to the molecule. Right, the molecular part, we shall see about something about molecular energy, that is whatever a molecule, yes, it will possess some energy, that is we classically we know that kinetic as well as potential energy will be there, and because of some motion of a molecule, yes, the energy associated with that particular motion, we used to call it as that is energy because of that motion. For example, we know translation motion, that is the molecule can uh, move as a whole, completely as a whole. It can move from one place to another, like that, like our vehicles traveling from one place to another, not a very big distance, but just, or else a ball is moved from one place to another, a chair is moved from one place to another, like that. Complete as a whole molecule, when it is moved from one point to another point, we used to call that motion as translational motion, that is transition. So the translational motion, the energy associated with that motion, we used to call it as translational energy. Like that, each and every molecule will possess some internal energy, right? So along with this translational energy, there are three more classes of energy. They are rotational energy, vibrational energy, and electronic energy. We can say that the sum of these electronic, vibrational, and rotational energy can be called as the internal energy. That is, in other words, a molecule possesses internal energy. That internal energy, it is the sum of the electronic, vibrational, and rotational energies of that molecule. Note that in molecular spectroscopy, we will not consider, there won't be any concern for translational motion. So at the molecular level, at the atomic level, what is the motion, what is the movement there, what is the difference there, that is taken for spectroscopy. Right, in classical mechanics only this translation energies and all very important, we have to deal with that. But at the molecular level as a whole, it is completely displaced from one place to another. So that translation energy is a very big thing when we consider at the molecular level. So always molecular spectroscopy, it won't have any concern for translation energy. So we have to remember that there are four different types of energy, as already I told you: translational, rotational, vibrational, and electronic energy. Right, this translation energy, we shall see what is the definition for translation energy, but remember it is not of concern in molecular spectroscopy. Only the other three types of energy are considered for this molecular spectroscopic studies. So we can easily say that the internal energy of a molecule can be given by the summation of electronic energy, vibrational energy, and rotational energy. Now let us see the different types of molecular energies one by one. See girls, this question, different types of molecular energies, it is a frequently asked question in section B, right? So now we shall move on to translational energy. I already told you that the energy which is associated with the translation motion, that is the uniform motion, that is the molecule as a whole when it is translated, that is when it is moved, yes, that motion will be associated with some energy. That energy we used to call it as translational energy. And you have to remember that this translation motion is with respect to the center of the mass of the molecule, right? So it is completely moved. You remember, have something in your hand, it is complete, for example one pencil or rubber, whatever it is, you are completely moving that particular molecule or substance from one place to another. So the center of the mass of the molecule. So this motion is mostly depending or based on the center of the mass of the molecule. So according to classical energy, this translation motion or translational energy can be given by one mathematical expression E equal to, yes, E equal to half mv square, right? You see here half mv square, where this m is the molecular mass of the molecule and v is the velocity of that particular molecule. So that v is with respect to the center of the mass. Okay, so translational energy is given by the expression half mv square. And you remember there are three perpendicular directions. We know x, y and z directions, three perpendicular directions. Because of this translation motion, the molecule is very much free to move in any of the three perpendicular directions, right? So it can move towards x direction or in the y direction or even in the z direction. It is very free. Okay, so there is no restriction. This means that the molecule possesses 3 degrees of freedom. In let us consider a gas molecule. Okay, a gas molecule by classical mechanics, it is derived that in classical mechanics the translation energy of a molecule which is present in the gaseous state, it is equal to half kT or half into RT per mole. Yes, this we know. So remember there are three mutually perpendicular axes x, y and z. So with this expression can be given by 3 by 2 into kT or sometimes 3 by 2 into RT. But in solids, the movement is restricted. Only in one particular direction may be moved. So in solids, translational freedom is completely restricted. Just for definition, to know something about translation energy, I have explained this. Okay. So molecular energy, number one energy is translational energy. Classically, it is given by E equal to half mv square, and again it can also be given by another expression 3 by 2 into kT, right? This energy, it is the one which is associated with the translation motion of a molecule. This is about translational energy, number one. But this is not a concern in molecular spectroscopy. Let us move on to the next type of energy, that is rotational energy. So you can imagine things, right? See, you can imagine a rotation. A ball may rotate, a small round cylindrical, that is not cylindrical, or a circular or a round ball like structures, when they rotate, even our earth rotation, yes, you can imagine that. So one molecule when it rotates, we used to uh, consider atoms as fixed masses, like small, very small balls, right? So these balls they have overall rotation, overall, that is one different motion. Apart from translation motion, another motion we are coming to is rotational motion. Yes, like one small ball or like our earth, the molecule you consider as a fixed point mass, is very small point mass, right? That molecule, just imagine, so that molecule when it is overall it is rotated, some energy is associated with that particular rotational motion. That type of energy we use to define as rotational energy. Again here, according to classical theory, it can be mathematically expressed as rotational energy E equal to half into I omega square. Okay, so here I means moment of inertia and omega, it is nothing but angular velocity of rotating molecule. But quantum mechanically, this rotational energy is expressed as j into j plus 1 h square by 8 pi square I. Again, I moment of inertia, yes, and j is nothing but the rotational energy levels. Here, when we going to learn about this rotational spectra, you will be knowing about what is a rotational level, right? Like our electronic energy level, rotational that is, there is also rotational energy levels. Okay, so like ground state energy level, excited energy level, we have seen no in our smaller classes. Like that rotational energy, they also have the levels. So that level is denoted by one letter, we used to call it as J. Okay, J, it is nothing but rotational quantum number. Okay, so quantum mechanically, this rotational energy is expressed in one mathematical expression, J into J plus 1 into h squared by 8 pi square I. And when we learn things in rotational spectra, we will arrive at this equation. Okay, now so this is about rotational energy, that is the energy associated with the rotation of a molecule. What is that energy? We used to call it as rotational energy. And classical mechanics, how it is defined, and in quantum mechanics, how it is defined, it is given. Okay, so a monoatomic molecule, it possesses only one rotational degree of freedom. Okay, one monoatomic, that is one small ball. Okay, it is not having any bond or any restriction. Okay, so it has one, that is in one rotational degree of freedom. But in non-linear tri or polyatomic molecules, they may rotate in three perpendicular axes. So remember that. So they may have three different rotational degrees of freedom. Okay, so just you remember what is rotational energy, that will do here, and what can be, how this that is classically and quantum mechanically we can express this rotational energy. Next comes your vibrational energy. This vibrational energy, it is associated with a vibration, that's all, right? Like one string or a string which is connected to the two ends of the string. It is where when it is connected to some uh, solid wall like things, there will be some vibrations, no? So like that, yes, each and every molecule may vibrate, yes. So that is oscillation, light, very small small oscillations, we used to say about that as vibration. Okay, that is like your strings that is in the what guitar, violin and all, there will be strings, no? We used to vibrate, they used to vibrate when we move that string. It used to vibrate or it used to oscillate. That type of motion we used to call it as vibrational motion. And the type of energy associated with the vibrational motion is called vibrational energy. Okay, so quantum mechanically, this vibrational energy can be expressed as E, that is equal to h nu into V plus half. Remember, V is the vibrational energy level. There we have seen J. Rotational energy level, it is denoted by the letter J. Here, vibrational energy level, it is denoted by the letter V. Okay, so energy E equal to h nu into V plus half. So this is vibrational energy which is defined in the quantum mechanics, right? Okay, the vibrational, again this vibrational level or energy, we will be seeing it broadly in infrared spectroscopy. Right, see these lines, vibrational degrees of freedom for non-linear molecules like water, methane and all, it is 3n minus 6. We have seen about the degrees of freedom, right? So how come this 3n minus 6 and 3n minus 5 and all, we shall see it in the IR unit. Okay, so just remember that vibrational degrees of freedom for non-linear molecules, when you want to calculate, it is 3n minus 6. Okay, the formula is 3n minus 6. For example, water molecule, it possesses 3 molecules. So 3 into 3, 9 minus 6. So water molecule possesses 3 degrees of freedom. 3 degrees of vibrational degrees of freedom. And for example, carbon dioxide and all, they are linear molecules, ethylene and all. Okay, so these linear molecules, the formula to calculate is 3n minus 5. So for carbon dioxide, again 3 number of atoms. So 3 into 3, 9 minus 5, 4. So carbon dioxide, it possesses 4 vibrational degrees of freedom. Like that we have to understand. So just define what is vibrational energy, how to express either in quantum mechanics or by classical mechanics, how we can express mathematically the vibrational energy. And we are seeing about a simple thing about the number of degrees of freedom, right? So here when a molecule, we have to see one more thing is when a molecule absorbs energy. Okay, you are passing some energy, so the molecule will be absorbing energy. The increase in the vibration motion of a molecule, here notate increase in the vibration of a molecule, usually it is accompanied by the increased rotation of the same molecule. So when you increase the vibration, when you give energy to vibrate, you are also giving energy to rotate, right? So this is the basis for IR absorption spectroscopy. So remember girls, when you give some very small energy first, it will only rotate. But when you give a little more energy, when it is vibrating, vibration is, we have to understand that it is within vibration, rotation will also cause. So a little more energy is necessary for causing the vibration motion. Okay, so when you can make a vibration, it is also in turn we have to understand that vibration is always associated with rotation also, right? So first rotation, a molecule can be rotated with a little amount of energy. When you supply more amount of energy, it can also vibrate. Okay, when it is vibrating, you have to understand it is already also, it can also rotate. Now we shall move on to the next type of energy, that is electronic energy. This type of energy, it is associated with the motion of electrons, right? We know that is electrons, we know the nuclei, they possess the nucleus. In the nucleus, protons will be there, nucleus is there, and around the nucleus the electrons will be revolving around. Like that we can imagine an atom, the structure of atom and all. So we shall consider this nuclei of atoms or molecules as fixed masses, right? So the electrons are moving, no. So the electrons have some motion. That what is the energy associated with the motion of that electrons? We used to know, call it as electronic energy. So the increase in the electronic energy of a molecule occurs when you give more kinetic energy or potential energy. When you give some energy, the electronic energy of a molecule will increase. That is, when you supply heat or light or in some way, when we supply energy, the molecule or else the electron acquires that energy and it moves from ground state to the excited state. Okay, and it will again tends to move to the ground state. So this type of that transitions and all we have learnt in the smaller classes itself, right? Thus that type of transition or energy required to move the electron from ground state to an excited state, yes, this varies with the type of molecular bond. See, all the electrons will not requiring the same amount of energy, right? So when it is singly bonded or doubly bonded, or when it is having some lone pair of electrons, or that is the molecular bond, there is any difference in the molecular bond, really a difference in energy is also will be also be required, right? Little more amount or little less amount of energy may be wanted to effect one transition, that is from ground state to excited state. So here another thing, the vibration and rotational energy of the molecules are added to electronic energy. Earlier I described that when you are effecting one vibration, you are making a rotation also. Like that, when you are going to effect one electronic transition or electronic energy or electrons to move, we have to understand that already the molecule or that atom is under study is rotating as well as it is vibrating. This is the understanding. So we have seen about 4 different types of energies: translational energy, rotational energy, vibrational energy and electronic energy. One thing you have to remember, translation energy is not considered for molecular spectroscopy. Right. So the other 3 types of energies we have seen. Just you have to remember what is the definition for the each type of energy and how they can be expressed. Okay, yes, if at all in classical mechanics or else in the quantum mechanics. And you can say something about the degrees of freedom. And electronic energy, it is very normal to explain about the shape or structure of the atom, and also the movement of electron from one, that is from ground state to excited state, and about the difference in the requirement of energy, that is difference in the molecular bond will make a difference. And also very importantly, you have to understand electronic energy, that it includes in itself, it includes vibrational as well as rotational energy. And when you come to when you come to this vibration energy, you have to understand you can also rotate, that is it has that much amount of energy. If a molecule is said to be vibrating, you can very well say it is also rotating. If a molecule is said to be having any electronic energy, you can very well say it is vibrating as well as it is rotating, right? Thank you, girls.